Hey everyone, I'm Joy with Pacific Biodiesel, and I'm coming to you from our Maui sunflower farm. In our farm Jeep, because it's super windy outside. Whenever these sunflowers are in bloom, everyone wants to know about them. Who's growing these sunflowers? Why are you growing them? So we thought we would do a little virtual tour from the farm and tell you a little bit more about our company and why we're growing sunflowers. So first of all, how many know about Pacific Biodiesel? We actually started here on Maui 25 years ago. And what we do is collect used cooking oil, which is this gunky stuff. All of the restaurants in the state, their waste oils come to our refinery on Hawaii Island, where we make 5.5 million gallons a year of biodiesel fuel. It's renewable, it's biodegradable and non-toxic. And why does that matter? Well, biodiesel fuel is better for people and planet. It has 86% less emissions than petroleum diesel, and it can be used in any diesel engine. So it's a straight replacement for fossil fuel. So boats, trucks, this Jeep, all of our farm equipment, marine vessels. So when you come to Hawaii and you go on your whale watch tours, a lot of the companies like Pacific Whale Foundation, Trilogy, Extended Horizons, they use our fuel. And another thing, it's made locally. So here we are in a state that imports 90% of everything, and we are making local fuel from local waste oils. But there's only so much French fry grease in the state that we can collect, and that's why we're farming sunflowers and crops like sunflowers. We can farm sunflowers to make an oil that first can be turned into a cooking oil. So this is a really delicious Maui sunflower oil. This is a new product that's available here in Hawaii, made from our Maui sunflower seeds. And what we're able to do is sell this to consumers and also restaurants. So we're making a local food product, and when it goes to restaurants, guess what? We get their used cooking oil, and that's what we use to produce our fuel. So now a little bit more about our sunflowers. This is a field of about 35, 40 acres, and we're able to farm sunflowers throughout the year in the beautiful sunny climate here in Hawaii. And sunflowers are a 100-day crop. From soil to oil, it only takes 100 days. And by the time we get up to the 100th day, this is how dry the sunflowers need to be before we can harvest them. If we can kind of do a close-up, as they dry out in the field, no, we have not sprayed pesticide on them. They actually, this is their life cycle. They go from the beautiful sunflowers, which is only about a 10 or 15 day time period in that 100 days. Then the plants will continue to dry down, the yellow petals will fall off. Then we have this big piece of farm equipment called a combine that drives over the field and cuts the heads off. The heads roll out and the seeds fall out. So we get thousands of pounds of sunflower seeds that go over to Hawaii Island, where we have what's called a crushing mill. And then we just physically, there's a big expeller press that crushes the seeds. The oil comes out. What's left over turns into meal for livestock feed. It's a high protein ingredient for livestock feed. So it's zero waste. A couple other fun facts about our sunflowers. As you kind of look across the field, all of the sunflowers face east. And I think that's so poetic because the sunflowers are facing Haleakala, which in Hawaiian means house of the sun, which is east. So they all bloom, and as babies, sunflowers will actually chase the sun in the sky. And at a certain point, they mature and they kind of lock into position. And every time we've had a field here in bloom, they always lock towards east. But when you look here, let me show you what it looks like under the sunflower. As we push away the flowers on the top of the head, you can see underneath, those are the seeds. That's what we're farming for. So for our sunflowers, again, we're not farming with pesticides or herbicides, no GMO crops. We're really mindful of the inputs here in our farming operation. All of our farm equipment runs on 100% biodiesel, made by, of course, Pacific Biodiesel. And we're also respectful of the Hawaiian culture and the wisdom there. We are using the Hawaiian moon calendar. Our farm team actually looks at that each time they make decisions on what days to plant, what days to harvest. It's important for us to respect the culture, to respect taking care of the land, to make products like fuel and food that are good for Mother Earth and good for the people together in our community. So now you know the story of our Maui sunflowers and Pacific Biodiesel and the company that's making the Maui sunflower oil under the brand Made in Hawaii Naturals, and I'll put this up on the screen so you have it. And when you see this product in the grocery store, or if you know that a restaurant is using this, please give a big mahalo shout out to the restaurant, to the retail establishment, to the food hubs like Maui Hub, big supporters of ours. We need to all step up and support local. And we thank you for caring about the Maui sunflowers and wanting to learn more. Look for us on social media at Pacific Biodiesel. Go to our website, sign up for our newsletter, biodiesel.com. Local food, local fuel, local farming, all of that needs to come together for a greater Hawaii.